Yes, ma'am.
Last time you said that you thought that there were 2 or 3 groups.
2 groups.
Two
I think
groups.
there's 2 groups.
Is that still what you think?
Yeah, I still think there's 2 groups. I still think there's 2 groups. I think there's one group that's, the members of that group are adults. And I think they've hit, as best I can tell, 3 houses. The 3 houses at the very front of the subdivision are the ones that they hit. And then the juveniles, the ones that we're dealing with right now, this issue we're dealing with right now, are the ones that are coming from Palmetto, and those are the kids. And you base it on it's just a lot of things I base it on, but it's just experience mainly. Yes, ma'am.
Did any of the houses that were hit have security systems?
Yes, ma'am, they weren't turned on.
So that wasn't a deterrent.
It would have been a deterrent if they'd come on, but the problem was that people get very lackadaisical in what they do, in that I'm just going to the store, I'll just be gone for a minute, and I'm not going to turn the alarm system on, I'm not going to close the garage door, I'll be right back. Well, you know, as you're driving out, you see these 2 guys walking down the street not paying you a lick of attention. They know you're not there. They know they have 15, 20, 25 minutes to do whatever they want to, and they're not worried about getting caught. And that's one of the things you need to remember. As you're leaving, you need to be watching what's going on around you. When you walk out of the house, you see somebody walking down the street, if you got 10 minutes to wait, go back in the house. You know, go back in the house and hang around for a little while and wait, and then go back out. Just don't don't make yourself a victim. And I hate to put it that way, but if you don't help, nowadays, if you don't help yourself, it's just not going to work. We can help you, but we can't do it for you. Yes, ma'am.
Besides this last attempt, has anyone been home or had a dog at home?
Answer to both questions is no. And there's an alarm system guy, I saw him in here a while ago, and he's not gonna like this, but every time I go to a burger, if I talk to a burger, somebody's not happy. If I go talk to a burglary victim or something like that, I have 2 recommendations for them, and my recommendations for them are an alarm system that you use and a dog. I always recommend dogs. I've dealt with many burglars. I've talked to burglars that we've been arrested and that we've taken around, and they have actually said, you know, we've knocked on that door to go in that house, and the dog barked. We didn't go in that house. And then we went to another house. They don't know how big the dog is. They don't want to get in there and get bit. They don't, you know, they're afraid of it just like everybody else is. Yes, sir.
I was the one that, it was my house, that was the last one.
There you go, that's it.
I do have a dog, and I had stickers on my windows downstairs that said I had a security system, which I didn't have a security system. My roommate works for a security company, that's what this guy's here for, but, anyway, my dog woke me up.
Did your dog bark when they knocked on the door?
Yeah, she barked, but she was in my room with me. And
She was back in the back of the house.
She was going crazy, and that's the only reason I got up. I mean, I work nights, so, but I can tell you that when I went outside, after all this, my car was the only one in the driveway on the whole street, and they banged on my door, and, I mean, everybody else's cars were either in the garage or gone, but, I mean, for a kid to beat on a door and break into a house at 11:30 on a Saturday afternoon in a neighborhood where people, I mean, work, that I just don't understand that. I mean, I understand during the week when people are at work, but on a Saturday afternoon, and I'm telling you that by the time they banged on the doors, the time that the kid was downstairs breaking my window, it was less than 5 minutes. Because I got up, I walked out there, I opened my back porch door and let my dog out to see what was going on. And kids started running. I yelled, "Hey!" He turned around, looked me right in the eye. I'm a coach. The kid, I mean, he was a kid. He looked me right in the eye and took off running. I called 911 while I was watching the kid run up, describing him. Then another one came through the woods, went up, told me what they were wearing. I went inside, put on my clothes, grabbed a baseball bat, opened the front door. By the time I opened the door, there were 2 cops in my driveway. And so I got in the car with them, rode down there, and they caught the first one within 10 minutes. But second one, the ditch was closed, and they caught him within 3 hours. So, I mean, I have a dog and stickers, but now I'm going to get a security system too.
His house, and the burglary at his house and the whole situation with his is weird. Something strange as far as the norm with the entire situation with his house. The stickers, the dog, Saturday morning, 11:30. It's all.
My next door neighbor on the other side,
It's all weird.
6-7 months ago, my next door neighbor on the other side said his wife woke him up. They got a newborn little girl. Said his wife woke him up 2 or 3 in the morning because she heard somebody banging on the front door, and he opened the door and somebody jumped in the car, and this is in the middle of the night. Somebody jumped in the car and drove up the street, but it's the exact same thing. Just banging on the door, and if he answers the door, they take off. But he went up there and opened the door, and they jumped in the car and took off. That house also, a year ago, on the 4th of July, 4th of July is the time when a lot of people are home. We happened to be gone because we just opened a business, but a year ago, somebody threw 42 bricks through his back window. He had a pallet of bricks back there, so he had to put up a $3,000 fence around his house. And he's been trying to sell his house for a year because of it, because he travels a lot. He's got a little baby girl, and now he's dropped the price of his house below what he paid for it 4 years ago because it won't sell. But I mean, they picked up a pallet of bricks and threw them through the windows. So I don't understand how. I mean, it takes a different kind of person to do that kind of thing. That's not just breaking in, that's just destroying property, and I don't understand. But
Different folks.
And are these burglary, or are these thieves armed and dangerous?
I cannot tell you they're not armed and dangerous. I wish I could tell you they're not armed and dangerous. I can tell you that there are guns missing from one of the houses that were broke into. We have guns missing from a lot of our burglaries. That's a blanket statement, I can't tell you. I can tell you that the majority of the ones that we deal with are not. The majority of the ones that we deal with do not break in if they know anybody's home. They're in there for property, they're not in there to harm people. The people that break into houses when they know folks are home, those people are a different type of person. That's not a burglar. That's somebody that's wanting to do other things. That's not just what we call a straight burglar. Just somebody's a straight burglar, they're in the deep property, and that's it. Yes, sir. Let this lady.
What do they do?
Will we be notified, like, when they get ready to go to court in the last juvenile? And I know because he's a juvenile, we all probably can't go to the courtroom, but will we be notified, you know, when this last juvenile goes to court?
I will send the information to your website once the trial is taken care of. But because of them being a juvenile and the juvenile rights, I can't notify you when they're going to court. I don't think they will even let you come in the courtroom, in the juvenile courtroom, because of the restrictions with juvenile. But I will let you know when it's taken care of, what the sentence is. I'll do that. Yes, sir.
What happens to the stuff they take? What do they do with it?
Sell it to anybody, they'll give them $5 for it. That's pretty much it. This fellow lost a ring and some necklaces and all. It's well over, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. They probably got $50 or $100 for it. Some kid's walking around with it. If they sold it 2 or 3 times to somebody that ended up getting it, that knew what it was worth, it probably got sold as, and don't take no offense to this, as junk jewelry. It got sold as junk gold, what they call junk gold, and they take it to a scrap gold dealer who, they'll take it, cut it up, take it to a scrap gold dealer and get the gold price for it. And as the TVs and all that stuff go, we walk in the houses, and the officer over here is one of the road officers, he can tell you, we walk into apartments in neighborhoods that the people don't have jobs, or you look at the house and you look at the interior of it and you see, man, this is kind of a lower end house, and they got a $5,000 TV sitting inside of it. And but the problem with that is that the law doesn't give us permission to arbitrarily walk in there and check the serial numbers on that TV. We have to. It's not, and that's something I need to make everybody understand. It is not the burglars or the criminal's responsibility to make us prove he stole it, okay, or that he didn't buy it. It's our responsibility, or your responsibility, to prove to him and prove to the law that the property belongs to you. The only way you can do that is with serial numbers and with marking your property. That's it. Take a video camera, just like this little video camera she's got, take a digital camera, take pictures of your property, take the disc out, put the disc in a safety deposit box somewhere, and then if something happens, you have the information I need to get it on the National Crime Database